The decades after the World War I saw the rise of the dictatorial regimes in several European countries.
Nationalism did not diminish, but only grew stronger. But with the excuse of protecting the fatherland, dictators claimed extraordinary powers.
These regimes became known as totalitarian, since the leaders obtained unlimited powers to control all aspects of society through snitching and the use of secret police.
The first to establish a totalitarian regime in Europe was the leader of the Italian fascists, Benito Mussolini.
Benito, like Benito Juarez?
Yes, his father was a fan of the Mexican liberal, but Mussolini was not a fan of liberalism. Instead, he developed his own ideology, fascism.
The word comes from Fasci Italiani di Combattimento, a Roman symbol representing the strength of a nation through its unity.
As you may guess from its symbol, the main idea of fascism is that an individual only matters as part of a social group, and the strength of a nation comes from the unity of its people.
Fascists used mass media, rallies, simple ideas, and visual symbols to reach the minds and hearts of the people.
In 1922, his fascist militias known as the Black Shirts marched to Rome. Benito Mussolini threatened the King of Italy, Victor Emmanuel III, who, to avoid violence, proclaimed him as his prime minister.
Another famous dictator that came to power in the decade of 20th was Joseph Vissarionovich Djugashvili.
Joseph what?
Joseph Vissarionovich Djugashvili, commonly known as Joseph Stalin or just Stalin.
After the revolution that swept out the Romanov dynasty out of power, in Russia a new kind of government was proclaimed, a communist government. This ideology praised social equality of all people, men and women alike.
The political equality could be achieved by participation in the local councils, or Soviets, that in turn respond to All Russian Congress of Soviets.
But in the early 20s, the health of the leader of Russian Communist Vladimir Lenin quickly deteriorated, leading to a fight for power that was won by Stalin.
The comrade Stalin was a very different person, paranoid about power, ruthless, cruel. He destroyed everyone he had met, even his friends, relatives or children.
But he looks so caring in this photo with a little girl.
Yes, but guess what happened to her parents? They soon disappeared, forever.
The secret police dressed in black will arrive, and one will be taken to jail or killed. During the campaign of terror known as the Great Purge, everyone was suspected an enemy of the state or counter-revolutionary.
To make the Soviet Union an industrialized country in the shortest time possible, the party proclaimed goals of how much iron, steel, machinery or heavy industry should be created in the next 5 years, called 5-year plans.
Meanwhile, the land and properties of the private farmers were taken away, and instead big collective farms were created, where former peasants became agricultural workers.
Several other European states became dictatorships during the interwar period, but none reached the level of control to be called totalitarian.